You guys thought that I was done complaining about Days of Our Lives, didn't you? It is not done. Okay, so my last video blog was, oh my god, it was over winter break. And it's like 2 months later. John and Marlena's last day happened. Oh my god, can we talk about that for like a minute? A minute. It was horrendous. And it left me wondering, what happened? What went wrong? It went so wrong. I mean, a year-long process of toying with the fans' emotions. You have this build-up, and you think it's going to be like, he's gradually getting his memory back. He's gradually getting it back. He's going to get it back from something that we were familiar with. Either Marlena getting the disc to work, or Marlena getting through to him, or something like that. You know, something that we were expecting. You know, something like that. No, didn't really happen like that. It was definitely like, wham bam, thank you ma'am, come back and see us again sometime. It was like that. And I wasn't having it, you know? Here's the story of how I saw the finale, okay? And it's gonna be hilarious because it turned out to be hilarious. Basically, my best friend Liz, who got me into John and Marlene in the first place, got the day ahead video, clips of it. So we decided to watch it over video chat. And so we're watching it. And I guess whoever edited the day ahead shows liked to throw in old clips of Steve and Kayla because they were never used. And so we're like fast forwarding through all the stuff like that wasn't John and Marlene because we just wanted to see, you know, the finale. If we're watching it, we're seeing the finale, none of the other stuff. So we're fast forwarding through, and Liz and I are huge fans of Teo and Leanne, and I'll get to them later. I love Teo Pinglis and Leanne Hunley, alright? You need to know that. But I'll get to them later because they have a whole section in this vlog today, okay? So just bear with me. So we're like fast forwarding through, and all of a sudden, you know, we had been going through a serious Leanne drought on the show because they pretty much just pieced her out after September. The hell? I'll get to that later. But anyways, so like we hadn't seen her on the show, and we're like, I miss Leanne. So we get to it, and we're like fast forwarding through, and all of a sudden there's a clip of Leanne. We're like, what? Is Leanne back on the show? And they did not tell us. Like, we're like so up on the message boards and like all of the spoilers. We know if somebody's gonna be back on the show, okay? So we're like, what is this? And we realized it's an old clip. But we didn't care because we got so excited about seeing Leanne on the show that we didn't even freaking care that it was John and Marlena's last day. It was like, that is all it takes to please us. You know what, Days? That is all it takes. You throw in some John and Marlena, you throw in some Tony and Anna, you throw in some Steve and Kayla, and what do you get? Happy fans. Happy fans, young and old. And I don't see why that is so hard. Honestly, every Days fan has the answer. Every Days fan knows the answer. And the powers that be, I guess they have their ears plugged or something. I don't know. I don't know how they live under a rock. I mean, there are Days fans in Hollywood. If I were Ken Corday, I would be extremely afraid to go to the grocery store. That's just me. I would be afraid of getting harangued, personally. Because, I mean, you just never know where these Days fans are going to pop up. I'm going to be in Hollywood in June. And if I saw Ken Corday, probably wouldn't have the guts to say anything, just because that's not really who I am. I'm not going to say something in public to his face. You know, I'm not like that. But, you know, I don't like the man. I don't. Because he is, like, the only person that doesn't realize that people want to see the vets. Okay, like, seriously, I'm speaking for myself here, but I really feel like I'm probably speaking for a lot of younger Days fans that I know personally who are my age or maybe even younger. I'm 20, okay? Recently turned 20, okay? When I became a fan of Days, I had just turned 19. Yes, I've only been a fan of Days for 1 year. Let it go. But I had just turned 19. And I didn't like the younger characters. I fell head over heels for John and Marlena. And, and then I fell head over heels for Tony and Anna. And Steve and Kayla and Bo and Hope. And I watched 80s episodes. The clips from, back before my parents were married. Yeah, those clips. Because the show has been on that long. Okay? So I started watching those, and I fell in love with the characters who are veterans now, who were young cast members then. But that was 26 years ago. So, it's crazy how it spans generations. Because when I drove out here to Arizona with my mom over the summer, we talked for hours about how she watched Days of Our Lives when she was 20. And now I'm watching Days of Our Lives when I'm 20. And it's just kind of amazing how it spans generations like that, And I think that was the testament to Days of Our Lives. It's it keeps generations of people coming back. Constantly. And now on to Tony and Anna, because they are the loves of my life. I just love them. And I love Teo and Leanne, too. I adore them. They're amazing to their fans. They are appreciative. They are thankful. They are involved. I think that Hollywood could rip a page out of their book because they're amazing. But, seriously, I don't even know. Where do I even start? They weren't on the show for, 20 years or something like that. Yeah, definitely 20 years. They didn't come back until 2007, and they left in, 1986, I want to say. 1987? Something like that. And they weren't together back on the show for 20 years. That's a long time. And they came back, and everybody loved them. It's like they had never left. And I think that's pretty freaking awesome, personally. Because, seriously, what the hell? That's a long freaking time. And, people forget, and people grow up, and people change. And yet they came back, and everyone was like, oh, hey guys, how's it going? How was the last 20 years? Was it good? That's good. Welcome back. It was like that. It was, super easy for them to come back, and, I don't even know. It was just, it shows that fans are loyal, and if you bring back the vets, and you bring back the right people, and you keep them in storylines, on front burner storylines, you're going to get viewers. If you brought Tony and Anna back right now, which, they're not going to, but if they did, and they give them a front burner storyline, they would have my viewership. For sure. Without a doubt. I'm not going to not watch, especially, if my two favorite characters are on, so it's but, and they didn't just, let them go. They treated them like crap. And that's what really makes me upset, because Teo was so dedicated to the show. So dedicated. And, not only did they fire him, oh my god, they just pretty much when he left, they're okay, he's no longer part of this, even though, hello, he is pre-nominated for a Daytime Emmy. They're not going to be able to ignore him, the whole time. Especially if he gets nominated. He's still representing the show. And yet I find it really odd that they're just okay, bye. It's insulting. It's insulting to them, and it's insulting to the fans. Because it's insulting. It's insulting to me to continuously read articles where Ken Corday is saying that younger people want to see younger people on their screen. I, for one, am sick of my generation. Please, give me somebody else. I'm sick of people my age. I have to deal with them every day. Least I could do is turn on the TV and watch somebody older than me living a more mature life than I'm surrounded by all the time. I don't want to watch Gossip Girl. They're all my age, and they're all dealing with the same shit I'm dealing with every day. No. I want to watch mature romance on my screen. And what has Days of Our Lives become now? It has become Passions. It has become Gossip Girl. It has become One Tree Hill. It has become all of these shows that I didn't watch because I was watching Days of Our Lives. And that's just how it is. And I'm fed up. I'm so upset, and I'm so angry. You know what? All those actors deserve better.